Hello, folks. Welcome to the Andrew House Show. Greetings, my friends all over across the free plains. We have a special guest here this afternoon, Jim Hendrick. This man, I gotta tell you, he is hot right now regarding the Clinton administration and its service for small business. Mr. Hendrick, your service in the Small Business Administration has made a big difference in what's going on. Well, I don't know about that. Tell me something, sir. When was it that gave you the idea of serving the country? What can I say? It was January the 4th of 1988. I saw that there was some great good that could be done for a businessman such as myself, part of Independent Oil, to go in and do some things. And so I began writing letters inquiring for candidates on Democratic and Republican side. And really, my father-in-law said, look, I know I wasn't a big fan of Reagan, but you'd be a fool not to support Bush. And so you did. I did. There's no doubt in my mind. I had my reasons for supporting Bush. Now, if I remember correctly, you went with him on 2 trips in the spring. The first one was to your home area in Montana. Yes, I did. I went to Billings, Montana. Ironically, I did not go up there in attempts to run into family, but I ran into my brother Carl and his family, 10-year-old son Max. My daughter Christine was on crutches. He helped her get to a chair. Accessible part of the stadium. They're 2 years apart. And then the second time you went to a major city, I was called by President and Mrs. Bush to campaign in Atlanta, Georgia. My wife, Betsy, and I, my daughter Christine was back at school with my mother-in-law and my father-in-law, even though he was there and he agreed to campaign. Generally, my father-in-law made some statements against Reagan that Bush didn't particularly care for. And that was the last time he campaigned for a while. We all know I sit at the home base in Austin. Keep an eye on my oldest boy, Jake Aller, who's right now a junior at Texas Tech University studying public affairs. I kept an eye on him for 5 weeks. And then in October, you were called to appear at a speech in Abilene, Kansas. I was. It was a Saturday. We flew up there. Me, my wife, my cousin, my second cousin Joe, by relations, and son Kyle. We flew down there. We spent the greater part of the day there. We watched the president give his speech, Lee Atwater, the whole thing. And you were invited to the inauguration. I was. And President Bush said, hey, we'll get back to you. And it wasn't until June that I was put on the CFTC. Yes, your records of note there. Now, in 1992, you agreed to help President Clinton out of distance of his campaign. My job was fundraising in the southern states. And granted, I know there were a few southern states that swung toward Clinton. That's what I was aiming for. And then you, as a reward, in April of 93, Governor Hendrick gave you a position on the Texas Railroad Commission. What did you think about it? I accepted it, but in some ways begrudgingly. I had supposed that I would get a position in Washington, D.C. But Clinton was having enough woes trying to promote his own agenda that I don't think he paid that much attention to me. But things changed beginning in the fall of 93. Yes, things began to change. I've been traveling the nation, traveling the world. He started to notice me. And so finally, in December, he called me to the White House upstairs. And he said, Jim, how would you like to serve as Director of Public Liaison in the Small Business Administration? I said, I'd love it. He said something that was rather derogatory to you, if you could claim it. He said, Jim, even though you're dressed nicely and everything, you are such a podunk, and it ain't gonna work. And I said, look, give me a chance. But yet you had opposition from people like Blake Carter. But you still kept that appointment. Yes, I've consulted with the crack research staff on the Andrew House show, and I think quite frankly, it's a good time to really mention these things. That's why I invited you here to Baton Rouge to interview me. All right, then here's my question. What has been some of the biggest struggles since you arrived at the SBA? Your lack of clear communication and leadership, problems with access to education. I have to say that a lot of people who have been in small business for a while, who need a little leg up, they're very disappointed. There are a few startups that are eager to try what access to education they got, but there's a lot of people disgruntled thinking that the Clinton administration has not done enough. And what is your opinion? I think we've had a step up. I think we've had a start. And yes, maybe in some ways it is a change, but it's not good enough. The economic care package being one of those. Yes, the economic care package. There is no doubt in my mind that care package is a huge problem, Andrew, and the rest of your audience know that. What is in the care package that Congress refuses to release? It gives hands up to the poor that want to go into business. The problem is they want to put it in a specialty voucher. Trust, almost like it's a kid. Socialism at its worst. Thank you, Jim. That's all we have for now. Hope you enjoy listening to the Andrew House Show. I'll be back in a few minutes after a few commercials. You guys take care. God bless you.